Welcome to the feast, YouTube. Everybody says, what about the gameplay? What about the gameplay? Hold up. I got you covered now. Robbie Collin, I keep shouting him out. Y'all can check out the article for yourself at cbssports.com or just Google Robbie Collin. That's Kalland, his last name. Anyways, he played the game early and got some gameplay information for us. I'm just going to read a little bit of this to you and tell you my thoughts on it. I think the general takeaway from most folks that played last year's game was that it was fun but had room to grow and improve in terms of gameplay. 100% agree with that. After playing for a few hours on an early version, they promise will get even better. So he didn't even play on the completed version. He played on an early version, like a beta, so to speak. I am pleased to say that certainly made some big strides with the gameplay. It's smoother, smarter, and a few key elements that were lacking last year are much improved this year. Sounds like they were working real hard and they really care about the game so far. So he started with presentation. We'll start with presentation, where they added a ton of stuff, including some iconic entrances that were missing from the game. For example, Virginia Tech runs out to Enter Sandman, and South Carolina has 2001: A Space Odyssey and Sandstorm. I like that. So it's making it more unique, giving it a more realistic feel, because these are things that teams actually do. So it's giving it a more realistic feel. I love that. The band plays a lot more songs. There are more songs that play over the PA that crowds sing along to. There are more mascots. They added a bunch of turnover celebrations, and teams have more varied and unique runouts that can change depending on how big the game is. That's tough. So there's more mascots. The band plays a lot more songs instead of that just that one little song they had on the entrance last year, or the main menu screen. They had a bunch of turnover celebrations. Like I know Miami Hurricanes, they have the turnover chain. There's other teams that do certain things when they get a turnover, interception, or fumble. Tough. They have unique runouts that can change depending on how big the game is, with special presentations for night games. That is fire. Special presentations, because that means college game day's back? I don't know. Guess we'll have to see. With the real coaches in the front, now that most coaches are in the game. Okay, so we know Bill Belichick and Deion Sanders probably aren't in the game. Bill Belichick was never in Madden, so that's to be expected. Anyone that played the first game a bunch noticed that a lot of things were repetitive, and certainly seems like that will be less of the case this year. So, okay. Defense. Let's talk defense. My defensive gurus. Let's talk. I'm shocked to be talking to you about defense because I've never really enjoyed playing video game football defense, largely because I've been terrible at anything other than line play. I have been a staunch offensive coordinator mode user of this game for a very long time, allowing Super Sim to handle the defense. So basically, he just played offense only in probably Dynasty mode or something. So I get it. But for me, I love defense. I love to use her in the middle linebacker or put the free safety in the box, use them, and then get to acting crazy. So let's see. However, the 2 hours I played on this game were genuinely enjoyable, and I felt defense was far more intuitive and less frantic than in the past. Physics-based tackling, which debuted in Madden 25, has come to EA CFB 26 and makes for a much better experience. I didn't play Madden 25 this year at all because I was playing college football 25. I think I might have played 1 or 2 games of Madden. That's it. But they have a new tackling system, I guess debuted in Madden, coming over to College Football 26. Those that know about it, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about that. Hit sticks are far less of a crapshoot. You can trip guys up, and big defenders bring down small guys easier, and small defenders struggle to bring down big guys. That makes complete sense, and that must be what they're talking about with the physics base. So basically, hit sticks are improved, or boomsticks as some of your young bulls like to call it. And you can trip guys up, and big defenders will bring down small guys easier. That makes sense, like a Ray Lewis tackling a Warwick Dunn, or I'll show you my age a little bit, or I don't know, Ray Lewis tackling a Darren Sproles. It should be a lot easier once he gets a hold of him. But then again, Derrick Henry should just be able to be tackled by a smaller safety. You get what I'm saying? So it makes it a little bit harder with like real life. I'm still not great in space. Skill issue, not game issue. So that's just for him. He's just not good in space. So he's not good in coverage. But they also have a new block shedding feature I love that allows you to move a lineman with your left stick movement when engaged as a defender, and still have an impact as both a pass rusher and run defender. That's tough. So instead of just like working to break to shed a block, you can kind of try to work on shedding the block, but still be gap responsible to stop the run. I like that a lot. They also have the option to choose different line stunts for every play in the playbook, allowing you to customize each play to throw some new wrinkles at the offensive line. So new stunts for every play in the playbook. So new defensive stunts. For those that don't know what that means, it's like, you can pinch the D line in, you can do quarterback contain. Or if you can pinch the two middle, like the D tackles, then have the D ends do quarterback contain. Because that way you can stop the quarterback from scrambling up the middle too. And the D ends will still have the quarterback contain. That's what I would like to see happen. And I hope that's what that means. Running the dang ball. Should have showed Ohio State running back. But shout out Nicholas Singleton. He was a dog in the game too. And in real life. Even though Ohio State owns Penn State. Just saying. Go Buckeyes. The weak point of last year's game was running the football. I can't tell you how many times I got mad because I'd be following my guard through a hole and he wouldn't even consider blocking the safety in front of him and just run down the field aimlessly and get tackled. I get that. Their blocking definitely needed to be improved. And it seems like he's talking about running here. So he's talking about run blocking. So it seems like they made some major improvements on it. I'm thrilled to inform you that that doesn't happen anymore. The new blocking engine is fantastic, and your linemen will make the right reads and right decisions within the scheme you're running. And much improved blocking. Everybody said, what about the blocking? What about the blocking? Boom. They listened. They improved the blocking. That plus the physics-based engine that means your big back can run through arm tackles by DB. Means long runs that were nearly impossible to create between the tackles are now very much in play. Love it, love it, love it. So basically, like, goes back to what I was saying earlier. A Derrick Henry type back, and I keep using him because that's pretty much what everybody who watches football knows who Derrick Henry is. But a Derrick Henry type person is not just going to get arm tackled by a cornerback or a safety. It's going to be much harder to bring down bigger backs with arm tackles and with DB. So means I run safeties in the box a lot. Might have to switch my game plan up and run some linebackers, especially against a run-heavy team. CPU AI improvements. The game is smarter than last year, which makes for a good challenge. Defenses will disguise blitzes and coverages until right before the snap, and they read tendencies much better than they used to. If you're running inside zone a bunch, they might start going to an under the front to take away that double team with the center and guard and slow you down. If you keep throwing drag routes and underneath stuff, they'll adapt and try to take that away. This happens much faster the higher level you go. With Heisman mode being a very legitimate challenge, but one I didn't find impossible, that will force you to... Hold on, this thing's tweaked. That will force you to vary not only your play calling, but where you're going with the football in those plays. So basically, if you're playing... the computer reacts to plays better. And if you're spamming inside zones or stretch plays or underneath routes, the computer will react to that, will catch on. Like in real life, like, okay, it's not like in real life somebody keeps doing a drag route, they're going to keep bailing. Like a corner's not going to keep bailing off. They're going to play underneath. They're going to play that drag route. And if you keep running inside zones, eventually they're going to start playing towards the middle. I like that a lot because sometimes in CFB 25, it seemed like the AI didn't know what they were doing at all. Like they just were just out there. Like they weren't, like, it's not like there was no real logic to certain things that they were doing. There was a few glitch plays you could get off and to confuse the AI. Hopefully they worked on that too. But overall, what are y'all thoughts on these improvements that will be coming to college football 26? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. God bless y'all and welcome to the feast. Gang gang.